It's the NFL on EA Sports, as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 29. It's the Bolts and the Niners, and it's coming up next.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi Stadium. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field. When you were a player, what are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And we're off from Levi Stadium. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and short, McCaffrey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He'll cobble together a yard there. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On third down, Purdy has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. This is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Moody knocks it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Darius Davis to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 media days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically, kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show. You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
First and 10 from the 41. Now a give on the counter. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the well again. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Fred Warner.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To the air this time, Herbert. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Man in motion here. On 3rd down, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Chargers will have a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. San Francisco headed out for its 2nd possession of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Purdy on 1st down. Hits him on the out route. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Running back sent in motion. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Finding Pearsall. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. 7-3 is our score. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. To throw again, it's Purdy. Gobbled up on the right side, that's Ayuk. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go, it's 2nd down. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. To the air, 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Play action now with Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Now it's Purdy. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. But with how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert. Conklin. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is picked up by the 49ers. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
So here come the 49ers on offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. 1st down throw by Purdy. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. Looking to throw, Purdy. Caught near the goal line. He has the San Francisco touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers push their lead to 3. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Center return, Nyheim Hines. This return makes it up to the 25. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Following the play, one of the 49ers still pretty shaken up. Trainers getting out there to see what's wrong. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
3rd and long for him here. That's complete to Kittle on the sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. It's a gain of 29 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Purdy throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's bottled up the line on the final play before the 2-minute warning. So now here's 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk near the sideline. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. That one gains 7. And that's a 49er first down.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 24. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, we don't see this often, but love it whenever we do. The fullback, the target on that one, and he ends up with 6.
You're absolutely right, Kate. You don't see fullbacks utilize that much, but man, when you do have a weapon like that, it stretches a defense so thin. Big time touchdown. Yes, by a fullback.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Hines. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out comes the Charger offense late in this first half. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. 1st and 10, Herbert. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball at the 33 for first down. Herbert from the gun. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's got Harris. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That's good for 7 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Throwing it just before halftime. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. As we'll kick you over now to Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman. Coach, take it away.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here comes Davis. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. They give it to him again. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 from the 41. Lone back gets the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. To the air this time. Herbert gets this one to Harris. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down, ball at the 36. Now Herbert to throw. Into the hands of Conklin. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Herbert to throw once more. Finds McConkey. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up an LA first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
On first down, they'll run. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now a give left side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They could bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Brown's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. Runs inside the 35. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Motioning the tight end now. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping They are hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
All right, here we go. Second down. They kick the running back in motion. Kittle brings it in. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now Purdy. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he's going to run for it. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end right. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Purdy throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Looking to throw, Purdy. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Oh, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. It's a 29-yard look right down the middle for him. Moody knocks it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They find themselves trailing 20-13 after that score. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So nothing but a pair of field goals added to the board as we arrive at the end of our third quarter. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The 49ers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 32. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's scooped up by the Chargers. And he's going to take it back for the LA touchdown. The Chargers now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
2nd and 3 now. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Tight end in motion left. Purdy on 1st down. That throw finds Kittle. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Running back sent in motion. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pearson on the slant. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all.
Up 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Purdy. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Still sticking with the passing game. Touchdown, San Francisco! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. On the return, here's Hines. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 28. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Dump off to his fullback. And this one doesn't go far.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Herbert with a blitz coming. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
You can't start a fire without a spark. Well, how about a lightning bolt? What a huge gain that totally changes the tone of the drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Herbert throwing again. Johnston brings it in. And he gets this forward to the 19.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Play action now for Herbert. Flush down now to his left. Now we'll see the medical team head out towards a Charger who's still on the field and in some pain. 3rd and just 2 to go. They'll try to run it with Harris. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Chargers losing by 7. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Setting up to pass. Pass it down close. It's an LA touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And we'll see how aggressive they get to try and end this game in regulation, or if overtime is on the horizon. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. He'll look to throw it. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Motioning left is their running back. Here he is to throw. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. From the gun is Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Timeout called by the Chargers, they're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. First down, ball at the 36. They are throwing it again. throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. They stick with McCaffrey. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line. Pickup of 0 on the play. That leaves them with 4th and 6. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So everything comes down to this from Jake Moody. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And he hits one more time to win them this game. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.